Good morning, students. This is Venkat. Welcome to social class. Today I am going to start next lesson in your class 7, that is Africa, and the sixth unit of your class. First of all, what is Africa? Africa is a continent. The last lesson we studied about Europe. So we know that we have 7 continents, and one is Asia, Africa, Europe, Australia, Antarctica, South America, North America. Out of 7 continents, and we have that one more continent, that is Africa. So we have to know about Africa, what is the specialty of Africa. These all the things we are going to be learning today's class. So, what is Africa? Africa is that continent that you can find the western side of India. We have that India. Everyone knows that we are the people living in India. So, western side of India, the Africa lies, and also that the down of Europe, and eastern side of American continent. What is the specialty of this Africa? No, Africa is one continent which is having that deserts. So this Africa is covered with the deserts and also narrow plain and also thick forest and different type of wild animals and biggest elephants is also a part of wild animals. So you see that deserts, the longest river in the world, that is the Nile. The Nile River is also found in the region of Africa, and the largest fresh water lake, Lake Victoria, so Lake Victoria, the largest freshwater lake, is also found in the region of Africa. And also the first human beings was started from the region of Africa. So first of all, we should know that what is in Africa. Africa is one of the continents, and this continent lies western side of India, and this continent is having that biggest desert and also that narrow plains and also that thick forest and different type of wild animals like biggest elephants. And the Nile River is also flows from this continent, and freshwater lake, one of the largest freshwater lake, that is Lake Victoria, is also found that. And also the first human beings was started from the region of Africa. From this African continent only, they gone to that other continent, means they separated to the other continents. So it means Africa is one continent which is having that lot of specialties. So the reason we are going to be learning about Africa today in our class. First of all, see the borders of Africa. So where this Africa found. If you take an example, if this is in Africa, so northern side of Africa is having that Mediterranean Sea. So the location of the Africa, northern side of Africa is having that Mediterranean Sea, and here the western or is called as eastern side of Africa is having that Indian Ocean. Eastern side of India is having that eastern side of Africa is having that Indian Ocean. Western side of Africa is having that Atlantic Ocean. and southern is having that Antarctic. So this is in a location of Africa. If you observe the properly, Africa is having that some different type of specialties. Before only I explain that Africa consisting with that largest deserts, longest river, thick forest, and some areas of Africa is having that heavy rainfall, and some areas are having that scanty rainfall. The first human being is also found in the region of Africa. Later they are transferred to the other areas. Then if you observe that in African continent, the physical division of African continent and the location of Africa, the northern side of Africa is having that Mediterranean Sea, eastern side of Africa is having that Indian Ocean, western side of Africa is having that Atlantic Ocean, and southern side of Africa is having that Antarctic Ocean. Then if you observe that one more thing, there was a river name is called as Nile. So the Nile river is the longest river in the world. That starts from the region of Lake Victoria. So the Lake Victoria can be found in the region of Tanzania, and that river flows through the Egypt. It joins in the region of Mediterranean Sea. See properly, the Nile river, the longest river in the world, and this river starts from the Lake Victoria, and this river is one of the longest river in the world. Starts from Lake Victoria and it goes towards the northern side and it joins in the region of Mediterranean Sea. And this is a river is also go through the Sahara Desert. So here the desert is called as Sahara Desert. So in the region of northern side of Africa covers with the Sahara Desert, and southern side of Africa is covers with Kalahari Desert. So there are two important deserts are there in the region of Africa. One is called Sahara Desert in the region of northern side, and one is called as Kalahari Desert in the region of southern side. We know that if a desert is having by a country or a continent, and that desert in the sense it is covered with that complete sand, and where that desert was there is a call as arid temperature. Arid temperature in the sense rainfall is very low. Arid in the sense the scanty rainfall. Scanty means low rainfall is called as scanty rainfall. See properly. Northern side of Africa is having that Mediterranean Sea. Southern side of Africa is having that Antarctic. Eastern side of Africa is having that Indian Ocean. Western side of Africa is having that Atlantic Ocean. And if you observe the structure of African physical structure, a northern side of Africa is having the Sahara Desert. It means northern Africa is covered with the Sahara Desert. Southern side of Africa is covered with Kalahari Desert. So north and also south are having that desert conditions. Desert conditions means where the rainfall is very less. Okay, and one more thing is one of the longest river, not one of the longest river around the world was Nile. The Nile river also found in the region of Africa. This Nile river starts from Lake Victoria, that's from Tanzania, and it goes through us to the northern side through the Sahara Desert. It enters in the region of Mediterranean Sea. So because of this, Egypt is going to get that water. If there is no Nile river, so Egypt is going to converting into that what you can say the desert only. So there is no use of and one is called as Egyptian civilization. The Egyptian civilization is also developed. Egyptian civilization is one of the oldest civilization that was developed in the region of Africa only. Then come to that, this Africa is having that longest coastline. This is called as coastline. So this Africa is having the longest coastline. So because of the longest coastline, the Africa is having that narrow plain. What is calling as narrow? Narrow means Channati plain. So we know that different type of landforms: plain, plateaus, mountains. Plain, plateaus, mountains. So here we know that plain, and what is plain, what is plateau, what is called as mountains. So here also the Africa is having that coastline. Near of coastline they have the plain, and so here in the region of Africa, the near of coastal side, the plain is very narrow and the balance place is covers with the plateau region only. So Africa covers with more plateau, not with that more plain. That is a one of the point. So one more time, try to understand that. So what are the deserts? What are the rivers? So one is called as Nile River, and one is called Congo River. These are the two important rivers which flows from the region of Africa. And one is called Sahara Desert, and one is called Kalahari Desert. Is also very important deserts that you can find in the region of Africa. And one is called as Lake Victoria. Is a one of the fresh water lake, fresh water lake that you can find in the region of Africa. So that is the first important. And the coastline of Africa is very narrow. See properly, Nile and Congo, and also one more river name is called as Niger. These are the some important rivers that flows in the region of Africa. And Sahara and Kalahari is also one of the important deserts. And Lake Victoria is also can found that. And one more is called as Mount Kilimanjaro. So Mount Kilimanjaro, highest peak. Peak means Etaina Pradesham. We have that Mount Everest. How we are saying that Mount Everest? So in the region of land, Mount Everest can found in the region of Himalayas. Similarly, on the land also we have some highest places. So the Kilimanjaro is the highest place that you can found in the region of Tanzania, or else called as Tanzania. So highest land point that you can see that highest peak in the world, that is Kilimanjaro, also found in the region of Africa. And then if you have any doubt, you can watch that map of Africa, that page number 59. We can find this physical map of Africa. Here you see that Sahara Desert, Kalahari Desert, river Nile is going, Lake Victoria and Congo River and Kilimanjaro. These are some different type of places they can found that. And if you observe that, next one is climate of Africa. See, this is called as north of Africa, this is south, this is called as east, this is called as west of Africa. And if you observe that African side, and this is called as northern side of Africa. So here the central part of Africa is having the high rainfall. So here in this area the rainfall is come to that very high, because Africa is a one continent which is comes under that three. You can say that so 0 degree latitude, that is equator, passes through the center of Africa. So because we know that when the equator is passes through the center of equator, and both side of equator having that very high temperatures. So 0 degree to 23.5 degree is called as Tropic of Cancer, and here is Tropic of Capricorn. So southern side of equator is called as Tropic of Capricorn, northern side of equator is called as Tropic of Cancer. So between the Tropic of Capricorn and the Tropic of Cancer is called as tropics. So here is These two areas are called as tropical areas, and above the south of tropics of Cancer and north of Tropic of Cancer and south of Tropic of Capricorn is called as temperate zone. So what is tropics and what is called as temperate? Tropical areas, the both areas between 0 degree to 23.5 degree north and 0 degree to 23.5 degrees south is called as tropics, and these are the tropical areas are having the high temperatures because the sunlight falls straightly onto the earth. And come to that, because of high temperatures, here the rainfall also will comes very high. Because of high temperature, high rainfall. And come to the temperate zone, that northern side of Tropic of Cancer, southern side of Tropic of Capricorn is called as temperate zone. In the temperate zone, the rainfall is moderate, not high and also that not low. Please see that in your textbook. See in your textbook, this is called as a map of Africa. This is called as 0 degree equator, and this line to here north is called as Tropic of Cancer, and this is called as Tropic of Capricorn, and this area is called as tropic area, or is called as tropical area. And the tropical areas are having the high temperature and also with the high rainfall. And if you go to that above of Tropic of Cancer and below of Tropic of Capricorn, then you can see that temperate zone. And here is the rainfall is moderate. See here we have some different type of colors: high rainfall areas, medium rainfall areas, low rainfall areas. So you have a textbook, you watch the textbook, you can understand that what is that. So this color shows that high rainfall. So why this comes in very high rainfall? These are the areas near to the equator. Near to the equator. So both sides of equator are having the high temperature. Because of high temperature, high rainfall occurs. And above of that, the rainfall is moderate. And come to the above, as a top, here is Sahara Desert is there, and here is Kalahari Desert. So because of both deserts, the rainfall is come to that scanty. Scanty, otherwise called as arid rainfall. So arid rainfall is comes because of the desert conditions. So see that next one is natural vegetation. If you observe the trees are there, equatorial forest. Equatorial forest means thick forest where the rainfall is very high, where the high temperatures comes. Because of heavy rainfall, the forest is called as equatorial forest. And the next one is broad leaf trees, and the grass can be grown both sides of that. And one more is, you can say that savanna, savannas. Savanna is a grasslands that you can find where the rainfall is moderate. You observe that in the region of temperate zones, in the region of Africa, that you can say that western side of Africa, there are some savannas, grasslands are grown, and these are the grasslands, and grasses can be grown between the two trees, and these grasses can be grown very tall, and the tallest elephants can also hide between the grasses. So you observe one more time. There are some grasslands can grow in the region of Africa. The grasslands are called as savannas, and these are the savannas. The grass are very tall, that is more than 6 feet of height. The elephants can be hide between the grasses. So you can understand that. So here in the region of Africa, there is a thick forest can be grown, and also the broadleaf trees also can grow, and also grasses can be grown very tall, and in the tall in the sense the highest and biggest elephants also can hide in that grass. So that is also one more thing. And desert conditions are also can found in the region of Africa. And here is Africa. There are some different areas having that high rainfall and the low rainfall and moderate rainfall. So central part of Africa is having that high rainfall. If you go to that north and south, because of the desert conditions, the rainfall is very low, and some parts of Africa, they don't have that even rainfall, because the African condition is also saying that scanty rainfall, otherwise called as arid temperature. ARID. Arid temperature means where the rainfall is very less, on that side is called as arid temperature. Clear or not? So what are the people can found in the region of Africa? So people of different languages and people are living in the region of African continent, and these are the people, they belong to the some different type of tribals, and tribals are living, and these are the people main occupation was agriculture and animal husbandry and grazing, and also called as hunting. So try to understand that people of Africa belongs to the tribal category, and these are the people, their main occupation was agriculture, animal husbandry and grazing, and also called as hunting. And also they are traveling from one forest to other forest for the purpose of hunting also. And also that here is, because these are the people, they're also crossing that one season to other season for the purpose of grass also, because they found this savannas is one of the important grasses, and only cities which they develop near of the coastal sites. So coastal sites only the cities was developed, not in every part of Africa. So one more time try to understand that what I explained. So first I explained that what is the greatness of Africa, and come to that the location of Africa and what is called as Africa. Then come to that I explained that, and where the plains can found in the region of Africa, and also that how the rainfall is there, and medium rainfall, otherwise high rainfall, otherwise low rainfall, these all the things. Then come to that climate. I explained that climate, tropical areas, temperate zones. Tropical areas are having that very high temperatures along with the high rainfall. Temperate zone having that, compared with the tropical zones, temperate zone is having that moderate rainfall. Even in some parts of Africa, we cannot feel that there is no winter conditions because of equatorial regions. And also that we shown that some different type of people, the people of Africa, the main occupation was agriculture, farming, and they can say agriculture. Then come to the grazing and animal husbandry and hunting. They're also traveling from one area to other area for the purpose of collection of grasses, grass, and also that hunting also. Now see that what is Asia, Europe and Africa. For long time people of other countries, this is called as Asia, Europe and Africa. So first thing we should know that long time the people of Asia and Europe, they ignored about African continent. So why they ignored? What they found in the region of Africa, what is specialty, and how the Africa was discovered. These all things we have to know that. So European people, they knows that northern side of Africa. So first European people, they knows that northern side of Africa. Then come to that Asia, that you can say the Arab people, those who are doing a business. Arab people, they knows only that eastern side of Africa, that is eastern coastal part of Africa. So no one knows about African continent, just the people of Europe and Africa, they're feeling that it is a forest. So because of that, Africa is called as dark continent for the long years. So try to understand. Europeans knows only that northern part of Africa, and Asian Arab people, they knows that eastern coastal part of Africa. no one knows the much information about Africa. So the region Africa is called as dark continent. So after long days, the people of Europe and Asia, they also wants to find out some different areas. So the region in 500 years before, we know that in 1498, when Vasco da Gama is trying to find out the sea route, he was coming from the Europe. So see properly. Here we have an African continent. Here we have the African continent. Here we have an Asia, that particularly that India. So Vasco da Gama coming from Europe. This is in Europe. And he reached to this place. There is two places is called as Saint Madeira and Azores. So here they found this Atlantic Ocean. So people, those who are coming from Europe, they observed that here the water is boiling. So it means here the water is very hot. So the region, they cannot travel for the long distance. But once in 1498, Vasco da Gama is coming from Europe through a Cape of Good Hope. This is called as Cape of Good Hope, the last point of Africa. And they can found this Madeira and Azores. From here, he came to the region of India. Okay, so that is a first trip and coming from by the European side. Afterwards, everyone they try to be find out that new areas in the region of African side. So one more time. So if you are going for one country to one area to other area for a long distance, we'll stop in some place and we will take a rest. Similarly, Europeans, when they are sailors, those who are coming from European countries, and they use this Africa as a bus stop. So Vasco da Gama, when he's coming from Europe and he want to go to the India, he stayed in the region of Africa, and that's in the Cape of Good Hope, and it was taken a rest for some time for filling the oil for these all the things, and he was travel for the long term. So once upon a time, Africa is using just for the purpose of usage only, it's not for everything. Similarly, that is a one African coast was used by the people of foreigners just for staying there only. Clear or not? So after long years, Europeans like England, that you can say the British and French, Dutch and Germans and Italians, one after other, they came to the African countries and they find out some new places, and they are converted all the African countries into their control. So first of all, how Africa was taken by the European countries. In the time of 16th century, there was a called as slave trade. Slave trade was very popular and famous one, and that is accepted by the European side, because in 16th century there was a one new continent was developed, that is American continent. After the development of American continent, there was a large area was there, but there is no people for working there. So the reason the American continent required the people, there are some of the Europeans, they are catching that African people in the coastal side, and they are taking this all the people to the America and they are selling that. So this is in a trade is called a slave trade. In Telugu it is called as Banishila trade, Banishila Vyaparam. It means, so they are catching that Africans in the region of in the region of Africa, and they are dumping, means throwing into the ship, lower deck. In the ship also there is called as two floors, and lower deck and the top deck also. They are dumped into the lower deck. They're taking this all the people to the American. So before reaching only, there are some of the people, those who are not feeling healthy properly, they are going to be died. They are going to be die. So lot of problems was facing by the people of Africa before reaching to the America only. They are going to be die. So after finally long years of struggle, this slave trade was banned by the government of America. Finally, American government was given independence to the people of Africans. So we know that nowadays in the region of America, lot of black people is staying that. So these all the black people is came from the long years of generations. Their grandparents, parents, they came from Africa with the slaves only. Finally, now they all are independent. Clear? So that you can say this, because of the slave trade, a lot of people was lost their life. So what they're going to get the benefit? There are some of the people of Africa, they're going to get that guns, some money and medicines, and these are the things they're going to get from this only. For example, there are some of the people are working in the region of Africa. So there are some of the Americans, they want that some people for working. At the time, they will catch that Africans and they'll take to the America. They'll make them do work with a very harsh condition. Clear? So this is called as slave trade. With the forcefully, they will take to the people to the American continent. So you see that the picture that you can find in the page number 64, how the European was catching that African and how they are treating that. So this trade system was stopped in 1816. What they will get that? So you see that this is called as an European and is called African. There are some people, they catch him and they sell to this person. So what you will get that? So you will pay some guns, iron objects, liquor and clothes to the person, those who submitted these members. Clear? Come to that next. What are the colonies? So see that we have that big concept. It takes some more time. So we have that one more Zoom section. In the Zoom section, I'm going to be cover to the doubts you have in this class. You can ask in the Zoom section. So that you can say that European colonies I will explain. Then I'll stop this lesson. So European colonies. European colonies means, take an example, Egypt is one of the African country, and that country was taken by the other European countries like America, otherwise called as England, otherwise French, Germany, these members. Similarly, after discovering that African continent, they found that some of the African countries was taken by the European countries, and they converted these countries in their colonies, because Africa is the continent which is having that very good minerals and also that good products. Take an example, oil, petroleum that you can find in the region of Nigeria, and copper, so that you can find in the region of Zimbabwe and Zambia. And also lead, zinc, gold and diamond. So the last lot of gold and diamond that you can find in the region of South Africa. And you are the people who are eating chocolate, they can say the cocoa. The chocolates come from the cocoa, and that is also the cocoa can be produced in the region of Africa only. And palm oil, that's one edible oil which we are eating that. So cocoa, then come to that palm oil, and the rubber, and come to the copper and oil, petroleum and gold and diamond. These are all the things. It's vast resource can found in the region of African countries. So the region, all European countries, because of these all the minerals, they converted into their control. So maximum African countries was under the control of Europe till the 1960 also. Even South Africa also long years it was comes under the control of other European countries only. So even now also some countries like Nigeria, they are struggling with the companies of Dutch. So a lot of problems can found in the region of African colonies. So we will see that in the next Zoom section. So before of that, what you learn in the class. So first we'll learn about African, that is what are the specialties of Africa, that climate of Africa. Next, what is the deserts, rivers, the lakes and plain can found, and what is tropical zone and what is called as temperate zone, and also that the people of Africa, and what are the important products like cocoa, palm oil, rubber and copper, and which are important rivers. These all the things we'll learn in this class. So once after the listening this lesson, read the textbook and try to complete the worksheet. And also I'll make that one more video in the next lesson, but I'll come with the Zoom section for this lesson. Thank you.